Hello everyone. This is the second video in this series on making maps using data from the US education system. This video will cover how to configure the settings of the National Education Data Map Maker, allowing you to customize features of your map. At this point, hopefully you've been able to successfully upload some education data to this mapper tool. The main purpose of this app is to allow users to view their data geographically, so the first setting to configure is the most helpful for this. In this section, you will choose a variable you would like to be associated with a color on your map, as well as a range of colors to be mapped to different values of your variable. After you pick your variable and give it an appropriate name for the map legend, you need to tell the mapper tool what kind of variable you're trying to map, continuous or discrete. If you're unfamiliar with these terms, click on the purple question mark located here. You'll select a color for the maximum and minimum value of this variable. Values closer to the maximum will be closer to the maximum color, and values closer to the minimum will be closer to the minimum color. If instead of continuous you choose discrete, your variable can contain letters, numbers, or special characters. Choose discrete if your variable cannot take on many different values, and you want to choose a different color for each value your variable could take. In this setting, it's not a good idea to choose discrete, but for the sake of an example, I'll show you what happens if you do. So basically what the app is trying to do right now is to figure out how many different values this variable can take. See how it provides you one input for each individual color value your variable could take? This would take a long time to fill out. And so instead, you'd likely just prefer to provide a color for the maximum and minimum value and let the app figure out for each color in between. At this point, the rest of the features in the app are optional, so you could go ahead and create your map. However, you'd be missing out on the feature that makes your app truly interactive, pop-up text. This allows a user to click on a school district for more information. To set this up, all you have to do is click on the white box here and select some different variables. I've already provided my variables with names, but you can name your variables anything. After you give your variables some brief names, then you're finished configuring the pop-up texts. The last feature you can configure is only available in the school data mapper tool, so I'll switch to that now. I've already set up the color and pop-up variables for this example, but it's exactly the same to set them up for schools and districts. Notice I chose a discrete color palette for the school mapper example. Since schools are mapped as points by this app, this feature allows you to take one additional continuous variable and map it to the size of points that represent schools. If you have a variable for enrollment, it might be a good idea to use it here. Try to avoid using variables that take negative values. Negative size doesn't make much sense in this context. If you've walked through each of the steps in this video, you're now ready to make your first map. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.